EGM Network.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. We have one of our favorite guests here today, a repeat offender, as I would say. Someone that's,
I agree with that.
I like that. First thing we have to do is introduce our guest, Chef Scott Varricchio from Citrushouse. Thank you. One of our sponsors.
People of Vero, I come in peace.
That's great. And it's 4th of July, so it's like a great week to have Chef in the house. Lots of good things going on. It's July, right, in Vero Beach. And in the summer, everybody's doing a lot of things. Some people are traveling. Some people are boating. Everybody's doing something kind of fun. But since you always sponsor our beverage, we're going to start with the beverage because it's really, really good. Tell us a little bit about what you brought us today.
So I'm a Roland guy, as you know.
Yes.
This is Papa Pilar. Pilar was the name of Hemingway's first wife, so I'm told.
Yes.
And his fishing boat.
Okay.
And it's a Solera rum. So it's some made here in the States, some made in the Dominican, some made in Colombia, some made in Venezuela.
Okay.
And the way that they store it is the barrels are vertical. And the tap for this is on the bottom of this barrel, and they keep refilling it from the top, and it ages as it goes down.
Oh, no.
And this is just warm cinnamon, vanilla, you know, a little bit of chocolate. It's delicious.
It is it said Barbados, Dominican Republic, Florida, Venezuela, and Panama.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
they've got 5 or 6 different rums. This one is specific to those countries.
yes.
And they change.
And your flavor notes are on here on the side, just like you said. Hazelnut, toffee, toasted oak. I mean, this is delicious. And we are drinking it as the way it should be.
Neat.
And you can get neat. Thank you,
Yeah.
Cindy, because she worked for all those years in the business. You drink it neat. Now, some people like it with a rock in there. You would want to put one single rock, which when you go to Citrus Grill House and you have this, that you can have it there. Or like Cindy likes her rum, is just told us earlier that a lot of people just drink it without any chill on it, but it is so delicious.
I like mine cold, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you go to Citrus and you want to get the Pilar rum, you can have it any way you like it. It's delicious. Thank you. It's so good. We love it. Citrus Grill House, 1050 Easter Lily Lane, right there by Humiston Park. We love it. It's right on the ocean. You know, our show's kind of a lot about the ocean these days because it's summertime, and Citrus is always one of those places that we just talk about because you can go there and sit outside and have lunch or dinner Monday to Saturday. It's amazing. The food is always fresh, and if it's not fresh, they're not serving it. So don't even worry about whatever you pick. Chef, I think you told me something. Peaches are coming in.
Peaches will be here next week. You know, that peach and burrata dish, a little bit of arugula, candied pecans, balsamic olive oil, and salt. It's a home run. It's a great summertime dish, lunch or dinner.
Yes, it's so good. No, I'm going to be out of town, so tell me there's more than 2 weeks of peaches. Are they going to be?
I'll have peaches probably until mid to late September.
Okay, good. Okay, great. If you go to Citrus Grill House, if you're watching this or listening to this, you need to go, but they'll be in next week?
Correct.
Okay. So we're playing on Sunday. So on the radio, if you're hearing now, then you could go this week, starting out and go over and have that peach and burrata salad. It is amazing. And it's like nothing you've ever had. It's the combination, which is funny because it's savory and the peaches are kind of sweet. And then you got the balsamic glaze and then you got the nuts and oh my God, you're killing me here.
It's a solid dish.
It's a solid dish for sure. For sure. Well, we're talking about summer. We talk about making waves here. All of the things that we talk about, people's memories here being in Vero Beach. And one of them, since our guest, tell us about your memories from living by the beach. You've been here 18 years. Restaurant's been here 15, right?
Well, what's nice is that our patio fronts the ocean.
Yes.
And I have for 10 or 12 years taken as many decent sunrise photographs as I can, because they're not all decent.
Mm-hmm.
But what I have found is, let's say it's hurricane season, and the storm passes. the next morning sunrise, every storm is just on point. The sunrise, the colors are unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a file on my phone of just sunrise pictures taken at the beach. And it's, I'm not a big beach goer.
Yeah.
I don't like sand between my toes. It bothers me.
There's a lot. You're not alone, Scott. Trust me.
But you go to the beach post-storm, first thing in the morning, and the sunrises are spectacular.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you guys are watching this on video, YouTube, any of those applications, Chef's got a picture that he sent to us, which is just beautiful. I mean, it could be a postcard. It could be on the Chamber of Commerce
It
website.
almost looks like a sunset.
It does look like a sunset, but it's
like a goof on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that's so early is that the sun hasn't even crested over the horizon.
Yeah.
So she's already giving off her colors.
Yeah.
We don't get sunsets at the restaurant. That's Quail Valley.
That's true. That's right.
And it's beautiful there.
It is so beautiful. I know that's like my screensaver. It was one that I took it just happened to be a day. I wasn't even trying. I was like, that looks really pretty. And there's some boats in the whatever. We have beautiful sunrises and sunsets. The thing about the day after a storm, which I always notice, a hurricane will suck out all the bad weather.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. Now, it can be hotter than Hades, it's just, and sometimes you don't have power. But no, I love that. I know, right? Oh, my God. Unbelievable.
Well, my hope and dream for this hurricane season is I don't have to see any more sunrises. I don't want any storms coming through here.
No, I don't either.
We don't need that.
No. And Cindy, you talk to a lot of people because Cindy, our engineer Cindy, who is on all of our shows, she talks to people and then they talk about like Saharan dust and, other people that are talking about weather specifically. I don't talk too much about it. Tell us what's the update, Cindy?
Well, you know what? From what I've heard, till the end of August, it's going to be okay. Yeah. But now it's always been dicey September and October. And sometimes into November, I should say. I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but I mean, I remember when they said Andrew was the first one wasn't at the end of August.
It was.
Yeah, and then we got nailed.
Yeah.
Down south.
The water heats up.
Yeah.
And those storms, they love that warm water, which is why
it gets the worse the storm's going to be.
They do. And they love sucking themselves to get sucked right up in the Gulf of Mexico, which is why they tend to get a little crazy over there. Now, then they start whipping around and they'll still come across state and, go from west to east and they can still hit us at Vero Beach. Like we had the hurricane and the tornado that was October.
I think, honestly.
It was late September.
Yeah.
I was in London. It was October.
It was October. Yeah, because it was my birthday.
October then.
Yeah, it was my birthday.
I think 11th or something.
Yeah, 7th. Mine's the 7th. But anyway, the scary part were the tornadoes.
Well, that was
by far the worst.
It was the worst. You can't. We were like devastated.
No,
you can't.
There's no planning for
There's
tornadoes.
no planning not for us, and we don't unless you have a brick building the size of the mausoleum, and ain't good luck.
How are you
going
to get there?
Right.
I mean, in the time it takes. But and again, I wasn't here. That's Scott. That's what I was saying. Is I was in London, and all of a sudden I'm getting all these notifications. I see somebody, a friend of mine, Hugo, posted what had happened at his house on Holly Lane. So that's half a mile from my house. And on Central Beach, it's like 3 blocks from where Scott lives.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, what? And he's like, the tornadoes. And then I started talking to people. And, I'm 6 hours ahead. So it's the morning. This was the evening, afternoon. And the hurricane didn't even come till the next day.
It was
early in the morning.
Loud.
Your time. Yes.
Loud.
Yeah.
And what was amazing is there was devastation a block from me.
Yeah.
Scott lives on Bethel Creek, where the worst island devastation was. I mean, the houses were leveled. It was crazy.
And downtown was it went right through a swath of it. I was like, holy Toledo.
Yeah.
It was scary.
What was amazing is I never lost power.
The whole time.
I lost internet, didn't lose power. Made no sense.
So when were you able to walk? Did you walk out of your house after it was done and kind of like walk down the street or?
Yeah, because you couldn't drive anywhere.
No.
Streets were covered in debris.
That's true. And trees were down and
I've got amazing pictures of the storm.
Were people just kind of walking? Because in that kind of an area after a tornado, we see things like this, on the news, right? But you were right in the middle of it and you couldn't get to you. Right? It was blocked off. There was so much
to the restaurant.
You couldn't get anywhere. Yeah. No.
And I thought for sure the restaurant was going to be, the awning would be gone or something.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a palm frond on the ground over there.
It's so weird to, what am I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's so weird to see how those tornadoes go because they jump. Even when you look downtown, it was like here, not there, here, not. It's crazy.
Well, and like a seriously straight line going down, like, I mean, it could be 2 neighbors down didn't get anything.
Correct.
And this house got hammered.
Right.
And it started the Quail Valley, obviously came over the water, skipped over the 17th Street Bridge, started right down through Briomar. And man, then you go to Flamevine and he's like, oh my gosh.
But that one went, if I'm saying the right thing, from Spanish Lakes, it went like 21 miles. 17 or 20 miles. It started way south of us, went through the Highlands.
It did.
And then it kept going like, it was literally like a freight train going for 20 miles.
I know. And
Who heard of that before?
Nobody, and I wasn't here, but everyone told me that all they kept getting was tornado alarms, right? Your phones were going off like bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, but you didn't know.
I mean, but I've never heard one of those on my phone, but it was going nuts. You were lucky you were at home. Where was Bobby?
They evacuated to South Carolina.
Oh, okay. All right. For the hurricane.
Yes.
Okay. So they were already gone.
Yes.
So they were already gone.
Yeah. So the hurricane was what, a 1. I mean, we don't even, you just make a couple of rum drinks for a 1.
Yeah, hurricane was nothing.
It was nothing.
You did. You had 1 extra bottle of Pilar backup in case, in case things got bad for the.
I always have more than 1 extra bottle. Trust me.
Wise man.
Yeah.
Wise man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's fun.
So don't wish that on anyone. So my take on some of this stuff is from the shows that I do is that people are saying, it's going to be easy, but let's see what happens later in September and October. They haven't predicted that yet.
Yeah, no, they always say they know, but they don't know.
No, they don't know.
They don't know because they don't really know how warm the water's going to be.
That's too far out. It's too far out.
Yeah. And that's also plus one of the things that bothers me. Now, I know you're supposed to be prepared and we want as much lead time. But when they tell you 2 weeks ahead of time, it's just coming off the coast of Africa.
Yeah, I know.
And everybody's like 2 weeks of anxiety.
No.
I think it has kind of a little negative effect.
I think they need to stop that. I'm going to get an email campaign and say, you don't need to do that. It's too sensational.
Yeah.
It really is.
I know.
Yeah, but they want people watching that news.
Well, they want you watching the news, and then, of course, then the cry wolf thing.
Right. Yeah,
if you don't do it, then you were like, I didn't go, empty out the Publix water aisle.
You know what I do? I just
my garage.
Right. I just go to my daughter's house. She's got everything.
Yeah, right.
I don't even bother with it.
I know.
I don't.
I know. Well, listen, there's one thing that we have to talk about this weekend that has to do with the water, which everyone loves here in Vero Beach, and it's a 4th of July, and that is on Thursday this week, correct?
No, Friday.
Is it Friday?
Yeah.
I'm in London and I'm not celebrating. Okay, 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
Friday.
I don't know that's a good trick out there in London.
I know. I'm not going to say anything. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything. Yeah. Tracy and I, shout out to my travel partner, Tracy Dans, will be at Wimbledon that day. So we'll be thinking of you guys. We will. But thank you. Yep. Thank you. We are, what I would love to do when I'm here is that morning is a paddle out to the Breckonshire, the wreck of the Breckonshire. And that is when everybody, and it's now being posted. I mean, it kind of was like an organic thing. Yeah, people started doing it and then everybody heard about it. And now all of a sudden, what to do in Vero Beach. Yeah, it's on there. And people will take, the Breckonshire is, if you don't know what that is, this was a boiler ship that wrecked on April 25th in 1894 at 1:45 in the morning. The guy, the captain went to sleep and said, hey, watch out. Now, they were seeing this blackness, so they knew that was land, but they didn't know how close they were, and then they hit the reef, and that was it. Nobody died. Everybody survived. Of course, we could swim out there. They could swim to land. Right. But it is that flag that you see off the beach of the Ocean Grill. So that's where the wreck is. When you get out there and, people paddleboard out there, people kayak out there, people swim out there, whatever vessel you want to take out there. I have swam myself and just had a paddleboard, like a boogie board. So I had something to hold on to when I was kind of tired and I wanted to hang on. But it is crystal clear. It is so beautiful out there. And most people go out very early, so it's usually flat. It's spectacular.
Yeah, it is.
So
I'm stunned how many people partake in that event.
Thousands and thousands now.
Parking downtown is impossible.
It is that. I know. Friday. So, and yeah, that'll be interesting because I don't know where everybody's going to pack. But a lot of people take it down, drop their stuff off and go park. Go park over by Dale Sorensen Real Estate. We'd be happy to have you over on Cardinal Drive. Park on Cardinal Drive. Oh, and it's not. Oh, good. That's good because it's not Saturday when they have the farmers market, which is also another nightmare parking operation.
Yes, it is.
All right. So, making waves. I have a quick story. Well, no, you know what? I'm gonna save mine for the next time. Yep. You guys are gonna miss me. I'm gonna be gone for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna play a couple shows that I've recorded that I think you might like that were really good. Some really strong ladies in town and some of the great things that they're doing. But Chef, you got some things coming up for 4th of July at the restaurant. I want you to tell us a little about that.
First, how do you drown a blonde?
I don't know, Scott. How do you drown a blonde?
Put a little scratch and sniff board on the bottom of the pool.
What? I didn't get that. Should I just do this anyway?
It's just bad dad jokes. Yes. Yeah. July 4th weekend.
Yeah. He's, I told him to work on his jokes, but I don't think he worked hard enough.
I don't think he did either.
No,
you need homework or something.
No. You were busy today. You had a lot going on. What's going on? Tell me what's going on at the restaurant.
Well, it's barbecue season, hot dogs, hamburgers, the whole 9 yards. So I was able to procure some fantastic Wagyu hot dogs. And we're going to do it with yellow mustard.
I told him before the show started, Scott, you've got to get yellow mustard if you've got hot dogs, because he has Dijon.
And no ketchup.
No, never
well, you
ketchup.
always but he has ketchup at the restaurant.
But we also make bacon onion jam for it with minced onions.
That's real
really
New York.
Good.
That's New York,
And then we're doing smash burgers, maybe potato salad, maybe strawberry milkshakes, just, kind of barbecue-y July 4th stuff starting tomorrow.
That will be fantastic. Perfect timing, because I'm out of town. You better save me some of those hot dogs.
No, I can always get them.
Okay, because I love. Now, will you grill that?
Oh, yeah.
You do it on the grill?
Oh, yeah.
You got to.
They have to.
I know.
You can't boil them.
No, I'm just asking, because you might have some fancy boil with some butter or not. You're the chef.
Air fry it.
No. No. Listen, let's do this because we're going to come back to the hot dogs and hamburgers. I've got to do a commercial break. That's how we pay for the show. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes. See you in a minute.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Sofas, love seats, dining sets, bedroom groups in the latest styles and colors from Four Seasons, Braxton Color, Riverside, Hooker, Capri, Tommy Bahama, and more. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have anything you need for your outdoor living from Lloyd Flanders, Kingsley Bate, Brown Jordan, and Woodard, including a gallery of maintenance-free furniture from Berlin Gardens and Pollywood. Right now, during our summer savings event, we have lots of great half-price specials, including 50% off on all in-stock Universal Coastal Living collections. And all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street that is filled with name brand closeouts. And visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Are you a therapist or a nurse seeking the multi-state compact license? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
Big news, Treasure Coast. Your favorite mortgage team just got even better. Introducing the same trusted faces you know and love, now with Union Home Mortgage.
Hi, this is Shannon Pohl.
Hi, this is Lucy Cranker. And these high-producing team members bring decades of experience, unwavering honesty, and hearts of gold to every home loan. And here's the best part. Same local processing, underwriting, and appraisers you rely on. Contact Union Home Mortgage.
Visit us online at shannonCpohl.com
and LucyCranker.com.
All right, I'm not gonna get away from this summer menu, this holiday 4th of July menu, because it's going to be so fantastic. So now we've got the hot dogs that he's going to grill. They're Wagyu hot dogs, which I can't. It'll be a beef? Is that a beef hot dog?
Yes.
Wagyu is generally beef, right?
Yes.
Okay, and we're going to grill it up, and then what else? What did you say you're going to make?
Well, you can have American cheese, you can have cheddar cheese, you can have minced onion, you can have relish, you can have bacon, onion jam, or you can have the boring yellow mustard.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
That was a knock at me, because I said you better get the yellow mustard in there. Don't make me go to Nino's and get it.
But you know, I think if they're coming to us, you want a little bit more.
No, the bacon jam. But tell me about this bacon jam thing. What is that?
Basically, you caramelize onions way down.
Okay.
Dice bacon, cook that down, add some of that bacon fat in there, add the bacon, a couple knobs of butter.
Yeah. Oh my God.
One of the best condiments you ever have.
That sounds wonderful. It
Really
sounds wonderful. Now, you do great burgers. I love your burgers, and a lot of people come to your place just for burgers.
Yeah.
Tell us about the smash burger. How is that going to be different?
I have a very large carbon steel flat top that was from World War II.
Oh.
Really?
Yep.
I love that.
And I bought it at the fairgrounds. They have a big something out there in February. And this guy goes around the country selling pans. And, you know, it's a ball of beef, 3 ounces.
Okay.
Hit it with salt, put some sliced onion on it, press it down hard.
Okay.
Cheese, put the buns on top so it steams. Fold them, make them. You know, you can do a single, you can do a double, you can do a triple.
Yeah.
Those are only 3 ounce patties.
Right.
It's not like it's that big. So if you take my Pride burger, that's 12 ounces.
It's like this big. I can only eat half, and even then I have a hard time.
So we did them last year, and I can't believe how many we sold.
Yeah.
Because it's still a hot term.
Yeah.
You know, people like the term smash burger still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think for me, frankly, it's the size that's so much more manageable for me.
The 3 ounce.
Like, I love the 3 ounce. I mean, it's just perfect. And do you serve it one at a time, or there's 2 of them?
You can have, if you want 6, I'll put 6 patties on the bun for you.
No, that's good. Not on the bun. I mean, like a serving is 1 burger.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You can order 1, you can order 2.
Okay.
Most people order 2.
Okay. And what you're talking about there then becomes your flat top as opposed to a grill.
Correct.
That you're cooking it on. Okay.
Yes, you want that fat to stay on that pan and season that meat.
Yeah. And so, again, because it's my show, all about me, are those onions going to get cooked?
I'm sorry?
Will the onions be cooked?
They're going to be so thin.
Okay. Okay, good.
You know, they will get caramelized really quick.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And I don't like a completely cooked onion. I like a little bite in mine.
I do too. And your onions are very delicious. So I'm glad we got into that.
I like them raw.
I know. Well, I can't eat them raw. So.
Yeah.
All right. One of the things that that I wanted to also talk about for people that haven't been to the restaurant, if they have or have not been in a while, is you're doing something again at lunch, because dinner's a magical show. You never know what you're going to get at dinner at Citrus Grill House. I mean, there'll always be the standards that are there, the mushrooms, the beet salad. I mean, things you can't get rid of that everybody loves. But at lunch, because I can get there more for lunch than I can for dinner, is pastas on the lunch menu.
We started doing pastas. We started doing risottos.
I love risotto.
Not typical lunch items.
No.
But they sell really well.
I know.
Like, we'll do a chili and lemon shrimp with citrus risotto, or I'll do my hot sausage bolognese. Again, not typical lunch fare.
No.
But it sells.
It sells. The citrus risotto, I don't like risotto. I like Chef Scott's risotto.
I love risotto.
I'm just saying, his citrus risotto, the way he cooks it, you know, because to me, a lot of times you eat it and it's like, it's not cooked right. I mean, it's not done. But his is done, and it's perfect, and it's amazing. And Tracy and I, we always have to have the risotto. And then the shrimp that goes over it. But I mean, you do risotto on some other things too. You could have it over fish over that or something if you wanted to.
We do truffle risotto, citrus risotto, garlic risotto, Parmesan risotto.
Yeah.
And what you want, you know, you're eating it.
I know. And listen, Chef Scott, thank you so much for coming and sharing your pre-4th of July weekday with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you for dressing alike today.
I know. We didn't even know. We got out of our cars and said, who knew? It's very good to see you today.
Good
thank you so much. We love you. You guys go on over to Citrus Grill House. Go have a beautiful lunch or dinner over there. Remember to go for the holiday with smash burgers and grilled dogs. If you can imagine, done by Chef Scott Varricchio. I mean, It's over the top. Thank you, guys. Be safe. Chef Scott, take care of yourself. I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Have a great time. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Be safe.